Okay, let's take a picture for the thumbnail. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am so excited because I am going to be doing a review / reaction to the new Netflix series Shadow and Bone. But I'm going to keep this intro really short because I'm actually going to be doing this video with my mom. So my mom and I are both huge fans of the Grisha books, and so we have been waiting for the show to come out. We're so excited. So she went out of town right before the series dropped, and so I decided to wait because we want to watch it together and we want to film this video together. I'm about to go pick her up from the airport and then we're going to watch the show, so we're very excited. So without further ado, let's meet my mother. She's a boss. Hey guys, it's Avery. I'm here with my mom, and today we're gonna be watching Shadow and Bone.
We gotta start on the same note. It's usually helpful.
No, that's called harmony. Like I said before, me and my mom have both read the Shadow and Bone and the Six of Crows series, and we loved them, right?
Loved them.
Loved them. So we're just going to talk a little bit about our journey with the series and what we're looking forward to with the TV show.
The Darkling.
Ben Barnes as the Darkling.
The Darkling.
Yep. Also, this video is going to have some spoilers for the Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows books and also the TV show, so just be aware of that. If you haven't watched it or read the books,
don't watch us.
Then don't watch us. So basically how it started was I started reading the Six of Crows duology first. So I read those about 2 years ago, and then I told my mom about them, and then you
Listen to them on audiobook.
I didn't really plan on reading the Shadow and Bone series, but then
I moved on to the Shadow and Bone audiobooks and absolutely loved them. Liked Six of Crows a lot. Obsessed with Shadow and Bone.
Ooh. So then, yeah, she said it was awesome. And then plus the fact that they were coming out with the TV show, I decided, okay, I'll give them a read. And I also really liked them. I think I read all 3 of them in like 4 or 5 days. So, loved those too. I don't know which one was my favorite.
Of what?
The 2.
Oh. Of Six of Crows?
Or...
Oh, Shadow and Bone for me all the way.
Yeah, but you know that's an unpopular opinion.
I don't know why it is, because I absolutely love Shadow and Bone.
Yeah.
Six of Crows, I liked it when I read it, but then in comparison to me, there was no comparison.
Well, they're really different.
They are very different, and I liked the writing style way better of Shadow and Bone.
Yeah.
And the storyline just was awesome.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Another thing was I was very anti-Mal, especially at the second book. I was like texting her and sending her Snapchats and being like, I hate Mal. He's so annoying. He's such a crybaby. Shut up. Right?
Yes.
And did you ever feel that way about him?
No.
No. But also, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, what I thought. I think a lot of people thought Mal was annoying in the second book.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little angsty, but, you know, I guess he had a little bit of a right to be angsty.
He didn't. He was, whatever. In the end, I was glad that they ended up together, so it was fine. But I was very much Team Darkling at first, because I really hoped that he wasn't as evil, but he was.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty ratchet.
Yeah, he's pretty ratchet. Okay.
Is that word old now?
I still use it.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about the casting.
Okay.
So what do you think of the casting? This is all before we watched, by the way, obviously.
Yes. So
we've had some qualms with the casting.
Yes, we have. So, you know, when you read a book and you imagine somebody a certain way and then they don't look like that in the movie or the TV show, it can be very frustrating. But
one thing,
that was kind of how I felt about Alina. But I don't know, maybe she's gonna grow on me. Yeah. The Darkling, he exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, like crazy. I'm so excited to see him play the Darkling. Like, yes, Ben Barnes he's great and a great actor. You know, let's not objectify him for his looks. He has talent.
He's really hot.
Also, we got major beef with Mal.
We're going literally just by looks.
Yeah, right. He might be such a good Mal, and then we'll just be like, whatever.
Yeah. Foot in mouth.
Foot in mouth. So I was a little disappointed in the character arc of the Darkling in the series. I just, like, at first he's interesting because, you know, you really like him and then you find out he's bad and it's like, oh my gosh. But he has this weird romance with Alina in the beginning, and so it's like, you want that, you want to see more of that, but then he's just bad.
You want him to be redeemable, and he just never is.
Yeah. And I like villains more where it's like, even if they're crazy messed up, but like you still like them.
They're conflicted. If they're conflicted, yeah.
Or they have
such as Loki.
Right.
And Star Wars guy. Oh,
Anakin.
Nope.
Darth Vader. Anakin.
No, the one in the newest one. The bad guy. Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Right.
Conflicted. That's the type of villain that you want.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they can maybe do some of that in this TV show, you know, or we'll see. Maybe he's just gonna be bad. Yeah. But also in the books, like, we literally never learned about what made him be crazy. So those are all our thoughts beforehand, and I don't know exactly what we're gonna, you know, film as we're watching it, or maybe we'll do after each episode some little initial reactions, and then we'll do a final, you know, get together when we finish the show and talk about our final opinions.
Okay, let's get watching.
Yeah. All right. So we just finished the first episode, and thoughts?
I'm still absorbing it. Like,
I like the casting actually quite a lot.
I actually do too.
Yeah. I think Kaz is good. I think Jesper's good. Inej.
Yeah. I think
Alina, Mal. I like it.
Yeah. I like Mal more than I thought I was going to. So that's good.
Yeah, me too.
He's actually really cute.
Yeah, he is. I think it's interesting how they decided to pull in the Six of Crows gang to go get Alina. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Obviously, that didn't happen in the original books. I mean, like, a lot happened, but also not a lot has happened yet. Like, it's just all build up, and it's like, now it's gonna get juicy.
Yeah. So far, it looks like it's done really well, though. Like, the monster, like, the Volcro were, like, really, like, cool. Like, it wasn't cheesy. Like,
right.
I was a little bit afraid that it was going to be cheesy.
Yeah, no, it's good. And, like, the whole world is really good. It has, like, a good vibe.
Yeah, Ketterdam looked exactly like we thought it was going to look.
Yeah, Ketterdam looks good.
The fold looked exactly like
Fold is cool.
They're bringing it to life really well so far.
We got some teases of the Darkling, but we're ready to see him. Every time he came on the screen or was alluded to, I just started screaming.
Yeah, we're ready to see the front side of him.
Right. Anyway, okay, we're about to start episode 2. Woo! I'll be like, yes, sir. Okay, so we just finished the second episode, and
the Darkling is a daddy.
Mom, you gotta quit saying that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was good. Oh, I thought the cut was pretty cool. I honestly wasn't sure if they were gonna put that in the show.
Yeah, the cut was wicked.
Yeah.
They're doing a really good job with the special effects, I think.
Yeah. I just want them to follow the Shadow and Bone series story fine, and I don't really care what they do with the crows, because they're cool, and like they're still acting like their characters, so like the actual heist doesn't really matter to me as much as like the fact that they're still acting like their characters. And
yeah,
I think Jesper's so funny.
Kaz and Inej are perfect, and you love Jesper, right?
Yeah, Jesper's really funny.
Jesper's really funny. I guess you just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pekka's awesome too. It's kind of fun. I'm trying to decide if I'm annoyed that I don't know what's happening with them because the story is all different, or
I think it's just fun.
It's just kind of fun because
like,
it's like we already know what's going to happen in Shadow and Bone.
Right.
And if they don't do it like with the book, then we can just get mad. But this is so different that we can just kind of sit back and just
right. I like that.
It.
I like that they're following Shadow and Bone like really close so far. That's pretty much been the same. And then there's something kind of new with the Six of Crows. series. So I think I don't mind. I kind of like it.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, yeah. Episode 3. So we just finished episode 3. My mom went to go get us some ice cream, so it's just me for this little reaction. Really liked it. We finally met Nina and Matthias. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Nina's a queen, and Matthias is really hot. We don't stan him, but not now. But oh my gosh, the freaking therapy goat had me so weak. Obviously, we assumed it was like gonna be a sacrifice or something for the Volcra, but when the conductor is like, the goat's for you, pick it up and hold it, it's so funny. And then obviously Jesper just popped off with his shooting skills. I really like Jesper so far. Obviously I really liked him in the books, he was great, but I think Jesper is so great. But it'll be interesting to see how Nina and Matthias join up with the crows. Because obviously, you know, there's not a heist going on that they're involved in. So I'm interested to see that. Obviously the timeline is just weird because, you know, the whole Nina and Matthias thing happened before the crows, which happened after, you know, Shadow and Bone. But I'm kind of enjoying the way it's all melding together into one story. I think it's really interesting. We just finished the 5th episode, so we're halfway through right now, and overall opinions is it's pretty good. So at the end of this episode, Alina...
So she just climbed into chasm.
Yeah, that's where things might really stray, is that she just climbed into Kaz's carriage. So that was really funny though. I was laughing that she just hopped right in. So yeah, obviously the Six of Crows storyline is just completely different, and Nina and Matthias, like, were not in that episode at all. They have just definitely been kind of in the background. So I assume we're going to see more of them later on in the series, but also later on in the season, but also like maybe in the next season, because they're really not in it that much. We love a little Darkling Alina makeout sesh. That was hot.
Jesper got it on in the hay.
Jesper got it on in the hay.
He was rolling in the hay, literally.
Rolling in the hay.
Bagger came in clutch.
Bagger did come in clutch. See, that's very similar to what happened in the movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I mean, in the book. Really, everything from Shadow and Bone has stayed the same with just slight tweaks. But now I think it might diverge because she's with the Six of Crows people.
Mal didn't go off and find the stag and then come and tell him where it was, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That was kind of a big plot.
Well, Mal had a really good idea of where it was, though. So that's really not that different. He was tracking the stag and then went and told the general. Remember, and he saw Alina in the palace on that night after she just made out with the Darkling. We're halfway through, so we'll watch the next half probably tomorrow, and then follow up with our final opinions. So it's the next day, and we're continuing watching. We love Nina and who?
Matthias, we're obsessed. They're so cute.
They are. Yeah.
They're kind of stealing the show from me.
Yeah, I really like them together. They're super cute, so. Okay, guys, so we just finished the show, and we
all 10 episodes.
I thought there was 10 episodes for some reason, so we were on the 8th episode, and it was like wrapping up, and I'm like, what? I'm like, aren't there 2 episodes left? But then it ended, and I was like, oh, no, I'm just stupid. So we're gonna talk about what we thought overall of how they adapted it, and then we'll talk about some specific things that we did or didn't like. To begin, Mom, what did you think?
Oh, Age Before Beauty.
Yep. Wait, no.
I thought that the casting was excellent. I really liked all of the casting choices that they made.
Same.
I was afraid of a few of them, but they kind of grew on me. So as far as how they adapted it, Avery and I were discussing this. I was super, super in love with the Shadow and Bone series, a little bit more than I was the Six of Crows series. So the way that they incorporated those characters into the story, the Six of Crows characters, kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. But I can see if you absolutely love the Six of Crows, which from what you say is more people like the Six of Crows, they're probably really happy to see the Six of Crows characters being incorporated. I liked those characters a lot. Like, I thought Kaz was perfect, and I thought Inej was awesome, and Jesper was great. Like, I thought they were perfect representations of the characters in the book, but it was just weird to see them incorporated in the other story. I thought it was kind of odd.
So we have differing opinions on that. I really liked the way that they incorporated the two stories, because I really appreciated that they pretty much kept the Shadow and Bone first book. They followed it pretty much to the T on the major plot points. There's obviously differences, but all the major things that happened in the first book still happened. But now we just had the Six of Crows characters kind of interspersed, and we're kind of a part of it. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, like you probably thought it was awesome when Alina climbed into the back of the coach in the
Yeah, see,
in
I
the
just thought
box.
that was funny because
Yeah.
they were like kind of together, and then, but that didn't really mess up the plot from the book, because
Yeah.
she climbed right out of the coach and then got away from them, still went into the woods with Mal, and then that continued
Yeah.
the same way it happened in the book. They
Yeah.
just kind of were together for a second, which was, I thought it was cool.
I get it.
Yeah, but I understand how you wouldn't want the two ones merged if you're just wanted them separate, then you
I'm
know.
a purist, apparently.
Now we want to talk about some specific things that happened that we liked or didn't like.
Okay, let me go first. Alina's bone fusing. I don't know why they felt it necessary to do that. I did not like that at all. It was gross.
I don't know why they couldn't just have stayed with the book where they just kept a collar around her.
Yeah, I was assuming it was going to be like this kind of really pretty collar around. To fuse it into her collarbone was not.
Gross.
It was not. It was not. It was not necessary. Necessary.
Yeah. Just kind of like, why? Why did they do that? Maybe just so they could have some like cool special effect thing there, but it wasn't.
I mean, it did make me hate the Darkling even more. Excuse me, General Kerrigan. Gross.
Okay, speaking of General Kerrigan, that's one thing we were talking about, is we don't really understand why the change was made to his name. I understand like the reasoning behind it, I think, is so that people don't know right away that he's a bad guy. You already know that he summons darkness. That's not like hidden from you. So if that was like a hidden part of him, then it would make more sense that they would try to keep the Darkling name kind of away. But you know from the beginning that he summons darkness, so I just don't think changing the name was really that necessary. It wasn't like, that's not a huge deal. But they just call him Kerrigan, and I'm like, that's the Darkling, what are you talking about? Another thing with him, we talked about before the story started, wanting to know a little bit more about him, which we did get with a nice little flashback.
Yeah. I didn't mind that addition.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. We kind of saw something really tragic that happened to him that made him kind of go a little crazy. It still doesn't make you feel for him. Like, I feel like you still think he's just as evil.
Yeah.
But it was kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a little backstory, a little explanation. Doesn't make it okay, but it explains.
Yeah, why he went crazy in the first place.
Still obsessed with Nina and Matthias.
They were really cute.
They are adorable.
So that whole storyline happened before Six of Crows. So it was interesting how that all happened at the same time, but they stayed pretty similar to what happened there also.
Yeah. They kept their story the same, they just put it in the wrong place.
See, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care that it was in a little different place, but she's mad.
No, it's all right.
Their love is cute.
Their love is cute.
Another thing I wanted to talk about was I don't really understand why they needed to change how Alina kind of suppressed her powers. So they made it seem like when she was tested, the way that they, you know, can tell if you're a Gracia is through pain. And so she squeezed the, you know, shard of glass so that she was already in pain so they wouldn't see it, which I don't know if that's necessary. I think it would have been just as cool for it to be the original concept, which was that she suppressed it. I think that's like much more interesting / powerful, that she like literally suppressed her crazy power in order to stay with Mal. You know? That's not a huge difference. That's not a big deal. But I just kind of wondered like why they changed that, because you know the way that she like gains power of it again was very similar to what happened in the book. Is she thinks Mal abandoned her, so she just kind of like, I don't know, leaves him behind and pops off. And that would have made more sense if the original like it was all for him kind of thing stayed there. So
Well, it was still for him. It was just a different way.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I also kind of liked how, even though the Six of Crows plot was completely different, they still incorporated some aspects from the book. So the fact that they snuck into the big party as the performers, which is what they did in, you know, when they were sneaking into the ice court. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Let's talk about the cut.
The cut was cool.
They made that look really cool.
It's not exactly how I imagined it in the book, because I think in the book they say they actually like kind of move their hand in a cutting motion, but it was the way they animated it was super
The way
cool.
they animated it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I'm excited for when Alina does it.
I want next season to be all about Matthias and Nina. They were my favorite. They were so cute.
Yeah, I really like them too.
They were super cute.
I'm hoping that Nikolai comes in next season.
Yes.
Because, you know, he is on the they meet him on the ship, like at the very beginning of the second book, so he could very well.
I feel like we need a little more light-hearted humor besides just Jesper too. It's all very like serious. Like I think we could definitely use Nikolai's humor and yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully they just keep following the plot where they go and try and find the second amplifier. Oh, at the end, we didn't really talk about the ending, but it was super cool how the Darkling emerged and he had they had the creatures follow him, which is, you know, similar to what happens in the book. So it's a little while later. I'm no longer with my mom, but there's a few things I also wanted to mention that we just never got to. So we didn't really talk about like the relationships between Alina, Mal, and the Darkling. And well, first I just want to say I thought that Ben Barnes played the Darkling so well. He just did a really good job of capturing how kind of, you know, manipulative and crazy he was. So I thought Ben Barnes did a great job as the Darkling. And I also thought that Mal and Alina's relationship was really good and really see how much they like cared for each other. So I think they did that really well. As well as the relationship between Alina and the Darkling, with having them, you know, potentially as love interests, and then everything goes crazy and she hates him and he, you know, just longs for someone to be with him and to like share his burden, but also he like goes about it such the wrong way. And so their relationship was just really well done, I think. Okay, so that's kind of it. Overall, I'll give it 8 stars. How many stars do you give it?
I'll give it 6.
6. If we were to give it stars overall just on the show, if you hadn't seen the books, I think it would have been like 10 stars.
Yeah.
But incorporating how they incorporated the books, I didn't mind. I kind of liked it, so I'll give it 8, but she was a little less in
There are a few things that definitely would have probably confused me if I didn't read the book. Like when they talk about Morozova, like they kind of talk about it like you should know about it.
Yeah, they didn't really, I mean, they did explain kind of how amplifiers work, but I definitely think if I hadn't seen it, I would have been a little confused on just like the stag in general and who Morozova was. So yeah, maybe next season they'll go into that more about who he was and all 3 amplifiers and stuff like that. All right, so that's all we have for you. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you thought in the comments about the adaptation. If you read the books, if you didn't read the books, what you thought about it. If you're more on my track where you liked how they adapted them together, or if you're more of a purist where you kind of, parts of it bothered you. You know, both opinions are valid. I hope you enjoyed meeting my mother. She's so cool. Hope you think she's cool too.
Yay.
If you liked the video, make sure to give it a like and
subscribe.
Yep. We didn't even plan that.
No, we didn't.
She just knew.
Right on there.
Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Go Bucks!
Oh Make that my like channel slogan. Go books.